The NBA is full of comeback stories throughout its history. Michael Jordan's triumphant comeback from retirement, Dominique Wilkins and Shaun Livingston from devastating injuries, and this season, Derrick Rose has found a second lease on life with the Timberwolves. But that's not why we're here. Today, I want to talk about another improbable comeback from a player who's still so young he can actually turn it all around. And that's none other than Jahlil Okafor.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you.
Drafted at the end of the process in Philadelphia, he was thrown into a chaotic situation of intentional losing and roster upheaval. After only 1 year in college, the 20-year-old rookie struggled to handle the situation both on the court and off, and he quickly became branded as immature and injury-prone. His rookie year numbers were decent, but he couldn't stay on the court, and the emergence of Joel Embiid sent him to the bench, never to return, as it seemed his traditional big man game became outdated almost overnight. He was traded to Brooklyn, where he got buried on the bench for huge stretches, and his name was all but forgotten heading into the season. His contract expired, and the only real offer was a partial guarantee from the New Orleans Pelicans. This season started out horribly for him. Through the first 46 games, he didn't even get off the bench for 27 of them, and only got 9 minutes a game when he did get out there. But all that changed as soon as Anthony Davis hurt his finger. Thrust into the starting lineup over the past 6 days, he's been nothing short of a revelation for the literally short-handed Pelicans. For the first time in his career, he's in good shape, so he can get up and down the court consistently. While not fast by any stretch of the imagination, he's been able to sprint just fast enough to find a lane, receive the ball, and finish with authority, adding another dimension to the offense that is sorely needed while Anthony Davis recuperates. Alvin Gentry's offense has been simplified to a series of dribble handoffs and pick and rolls, and you can see that Okafor has flourished as the roll man, since his handle is good enough to allow him to attack in space from 18 feet out and maneuver with excellent footwork and balance to finish tough shots off in traffic among the trees. He's not going to facilitate from this position, folks. He's intent on scoring it, and as long as the guards keep finding him with pocket passes from all angles, Jahlil should keep filling up the box score. We're even seeing some isolation moves out top, where he can utilize good explosion and more of that ball handling to get by his man with a variety of crafty finishes up and over the defender. We're talking elite scoring skill on these moves, making some pretty good defenders look a little foolish in the process. How about going coast to coast, sizing up the smaller man who had gotten back in transition, then using his body to get into the lane and softly lay this in? It's not like what we're used to seeing with Anthony Davis, but it's effective and certainly a weapon Gentry can use on the offensive end. Of course, the post-up is his bread and butter. He's a traditional, old-school, back-to-the-basket player down there, and the offense does a good job to get him into either pick and rolls or handoffs that force switches, so he can then attack the mismatch down low. There isn't a guard in the league that can handle him that close to the basket, and not many forwards either, since he's so mobile, has great feet, soft touch, and a good mixture of spins and turnarounds and fadeaways at his disposal. He has no problem facing up his man either, with a good-looking jumper from the mid-range that he can use, or attacking off the dribble and displaying very quick moves for a guy so big, it's like a little touch of ballet in a hulking frame. The good news for Okafor is that the Pelicans are willing and able to go to him over and over again throughout the course of the game and let him go to work down there. With the proper minutes and opportunities, it's no surprise that he's been able to post such impressive numbers. He's also helped them on the offensive putback as well, giving the guards a little more leeway to shoot their jumpers and runners, knowing there's a decent chance Okafor will be there to clean up the miss and put it back in, not with intense power, but with soft touch before the defense can react. Defensively, he's been a bit of a problem here since he doesn't move laterally as well as he does on offense. And he also doesn't contest post moves very well. He's definitely trying, the effort is there, but sometimes he stops just short of finishing the play by getting a hand up and pressuring the shot. But there have been moments where he'll have to switch and be able to keep a guard in front of him, or block a shot or two around the rim. This is the same for rebounds, as those numbers don't jump off the page either, but if he continues to score well for them, it will mitigate much of the issues on the defensive side of the ball. Of course, the Pelicans aren't winning many of these games since AD went down, and that's understandable since losing someone of that magnitude takes a lot of adjusting. But they're competing under tough circumstances. Got a nice win on the road against Houston the other night and might have discovered something here, a viable weapon to be used. A traditional player plugged into Gentry's modern offense, and this is a good example of why we should never give you up and never gonna let you down, Jaleel. We're never gonna run around and hurt you. Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and if you like this video, I've got something even better for you. I put together a free video on my 3 favorite actions that NBA teams run on offense. I know you'll love it, and all you have to do is click on the link below. Don't forget to subscribe to B-Ball Breakdown and adjust your settings so you'll get notified right away. You in?